Well, guess what? We got another great interview for you folks. Bill and Pam Farrel, authors of many books. Most famous probably is Men Are Like Waffles, Women Are Like Spaghetti. How many books, folks?
It'll be 46 this spring.
But who's counting?
Who's counting? That's right.
On our way to 100, I hope. You folks, I'm serious. You've been here to our area twice. You have enriched and blessed so many marriages. I want to ask you a question, though. I heard a rumor that even though you've written all these books, you do all this marriage education, I heard a rumor that you folks have struggles in your own marriage from time to time.
Oh, it's just a rumor, Ron. Just a rumor.
Yeah, I think that every person does if they're honest. Each other. Yeah. Our big, what we usually shock people with is that we had an argument that lasted an entire year. That's probably our longest running.
And the reason why we have done what we've done, Ron, is because we're painfully aware that we're very normal. When we first got married, we realized, you know what, we both came from homes that should never be repeated. And if we don't go ask people how marriage works, this is going to be a total fail. Because I have a trigger inside of me when I feel like I'm being left out, I will isolate. Because I grew up in a home where I got left out a lot. And a lot of decisions got made for me. And so I often feel like people are making decisions for me, and I married a decisive woman. So at times she will make decisions and it makes me feel like I'm left out. And I'd like to tell you I'm always mature enough to say, Pam, we need to talk because I'm feeling left out. But sometimes it's just more fun to say you're being controlling.
And that goes over like really well. I'm just saying, those are key words to keep in mind. No, and because my dad was an alcoholic, I have fear of failure, always thinking if I could please, then dad wouldn't be so angry all the time. So a lot of times the stress in our marriage will be caused because I feel like we're going to fail. And that's like big scary to me.
Sure.
But I've learned now that it's much easier to just say, honey, I feel like I'm going to fail here.
Right.
And tell him how I could use some help. But it started out with trauma first. Yeah.
But we got a great story that illustrates it, Ron. We have the privilege of living near the beach. And so we often will do baptisms at the beach because it's fun. Sure. And so we had this meeting at the beach. We were baptizing 25 people. We had a sound system so people could tell their stories publicly before we dunked them in the water. Okay. And some other guys brought a barbecue out. So it's a big night. And we're the spiritual leaders of this event. Well, all the baptisms are done. We are standing in knee deep in the water, and our 3 sons are out riding boogie boards on the waves. And then Pam looks at me and says,
it's time I really should go home and pack for the women's retreat tomorrow.
And I say, Pam, that's great. You go home, pack. The women are going to be so blessed by what you have to say. I'll take care of the boys. You take care of what you need to, and everybody will be good.
Well, I really appreciate that you said that,
yeah.
But the boys are in the water and I'm getting ready to leave. So and the lifeguard just left. And so I think we need to get the boys out of the water.
Right. But you don't need to worry about that, hon, because I'll watch the kids. You can go home, take care of your responsibility. We'll divide and conquer, like you like to say, and it'll all be good.
Okay. I appreciate what you're saying, but the boys are in the water. They're like undertows. The lifeguard has left. I'm leaving. Like, we need to get those boys out of the water.
And Ron, at this point, I'm starting to kind of panic because I grew up with a mom that was very fearful and didn't make sense a lot of times. And so I have a trigger inside of me that when I'm around a female that doesn't make sense, like this panic rises up inside of me. And right now, Pam's not making sense to me. So I say to her one more time.
And if I may, she's telling you you're not capable, you're not competent. Now, Pam, that's not what you intend to say.
No, it's that fear of failure that I was talking about. Like, our sons are going to drown. I'm afraid. Oh. And so,
I said, Pam, I don't understand why the boys have to go to the water because I can take care of them. You can take care of your stuff. We'll all be good.
I'm like, honey, I know how this is going to go. I mean, you're the pastor here. There's like 200 people here. They're all going to want to talk to you. You're going to get distracted. Our boys are in the water. They're going to float to Hawaii. We have to get those boys out of the water.
So how did Hawaii get in this conversation?
Hey, folks, listen, folks, if I may. This is an interview for my book. I'm not working right now, so I can't help you. How did you resolve that?
So, Ron, I actually said to her, you've trusted me to take these boys to Mexico without you, but you don't think I can watch them in our backyard.
And at that point, the Holy Spirit was just like, stop talking. Pam, blonde chick, stop talking.
Okay.
And so I shot up a prayer. First I stopped talking. And then I shot up a prayer. I'm like, God, show me what to say. Show me what to do. What's going on here?
Yeah.
And a thought crossed my mind. I'm like, oh, I think I know what just happened here.
Yeah.
I think that I probably sounded a little bit like your mom.
Yeah, you said that, Pam. I did not bring that up.
I think our baggage just collided. I mean, you've always been trustworthy,
Yeah.
but my dad was not trustworthy. So, okay, there's two ways to live, by fear or by faith. I'm going to choose to live by faith, and I'm going to go home. I'm going to pack, and you're going to bring the 3 boys home alive to see me later.
You better.
Time I left. But we were happy. We're connected, and it was a Holy Spirit moment. Like the Holy Spirit told me what was going on.
And I'm convinced, Ron, that if like I give Pam a lot of credit because she was able to just stop and listen to what the Holy Spirit was whispering, because that argument could have been weeks long.
Right.
Because it involved the people in our life that are most important to us, and it involved very intense issues.
Yeah. And let me wrap this up for time's sake. I want to share something real quick. Many of our readers are believers. They're going to accept everything you just said. Many might not be. But that's what I love about you folks. You're so real. You're so down to earth. You have resources and tips and skills that can help any marriage. How do people get back in touch with you for more information?
You know, one of the lines that has really helped people, no matter where they are on their faith journey, is to look at each other in those stress moments and say, you know what? It's not you. It's not me. It's just life. It's just life. And so sometimes it's just life piling on. Yeah. And so that's why we really have our organization called LoveWise. It's the intersection of God's love and God's wisdom to help all people with all their most vital relationships.
Yeah. So love-wise.com.
Okay.
And we have all kinds of resources there. We have Marriage on the Rocks, what to do. We have a download, because people oftentimes say to us, wow, your marriage is kind of like a miracle. And so one of the free downloadables is about that, getting that marriage breakthrough and looking for that marriage miracle.
And if you subscribe to the website, there's an ebook that you'll get for free.
All right. You know, I really don't want to end this, but I did promise my readers that they'd be brief interviews, but this was so meaty. This was such good information. And again, I wanted people to see that even marriage experts struggle sometimes. It's normal, and doesn't mean you married the wrong person. It means you got something to learn. So Bill and Pam, thank you so much. Keep up your good work, would you please?
Thanks.
Thank you, Ron.
And you too, Ron. Thanks for helping people around the globe.
I'll do it.
Nice.
Hey, bye for now.